Buongiorno, everyone. Welcome back to the Magpie Channel podcast, the Christmas special. A little Christmas tipple here from Anarchy Brewery. Merry Christmas, Marv. We're going to enjoy this one. I've got a different one today, the old Dead City. Lovely artwork on that one. The dystopian time bridge. Really, really Christmassy. They do have the Christmas chaos, to be fair, don't they?
They do, yes.
But that is freshly sold out, that one. So one of them today. A few days before Christmas. Let's enjoy ourselves. Merry Christmas, everyone. Thanks for tuning in live. And if you're listening back on all audio platforms, thank you very much. And big up to Anarchy Brewery for hosting us as usual. They have the Shearer Foundation Brew box sets that have been flying out.
You should
They are ready to fly out on Santa's sleigh.
That's loads of them.
Santa's sleigh is ready to offload all of the Shearers Brew. But we've got a jam-packed show for you this evening. Obviously, reflecting on the Chelsea draw. Looking forward to Boxing Day's trip to Old Trafford. A bit of transfer news and other bits and pieces in between. And as always, get your super chats in if you have any questions that you want guaranteed read out and answered by the pair of us. Before we do talk Chelsea, let's talk semi-final draw. Because Newcastle United last Wednesday did get through past Fulham at St. James Park thanks to a late Louis Mailey goal, which will talk all things Louis Mailey in a few minutes. But the Toon will be playing Manchester City.
Of course they will.
In the semi-final of the Carabao. Did you see that one coming? Could have been Chelsea, could have been Arsenal or Palace. They play tomorrow night. Man City with the second leg being away as well. Eddie Howe even said himself, probably the worst possible draw.
I mean, that wasn't really an easy one. I mean, even I think if Palace win, like that would have been your ideal draw. But I mean, Palace have been a really good team. Like they've won an FA Cup and a Community Shield recently. So if that's what it's still called the Community Shield.
It is. Charity Shield, Community Shield.
Whatever it is.
Big
you know
shield.
what I mean? The big octagon-y type shield.
Aye.
That one. I mean, all teams are good teams. Like Chelsea, Arsenal, City. Like, take your pick.
Yeah.
So it wasn't ideal. Like no Newcastle. Yes, of course, would against City. There's a couple of contrasts to it. Like I've seen people say that they're an okay team to get because Pep often like rotates a little bit. Like he always plays his backup goalkeeper, which at the minute is James Butland. Jack Butland. Jack Butland. What year is it? 2012. What's he called again? James Trafford. That's it. James
FIFA
Trafford.
12. Stoke City legend.
Young Jack Butland, who's now 39. Him.
Right, John Ruddy's there. Like to be fair, so
could do. So Pep like rotates a little bit, but he still like has a strong enough team. Did they win it like 4 years in a row?
They did.
Like a good few years ago.
So the rotation works all right, doesn't it? When you've got a squad like
bad.
Man City's. It's not bad to rotate.
Yeah. So I mean, for me, like the way that I look at it, I think like if you want to be the best, you've got to beat the best. So
we did have to do that last year.
So I welcome the challenge. Yeah, like everyone loves to try and discredit people, and especially us, because like people think, well, small time Newcastle, we're still the team that were under Brucey, Mike Ashley. We're not that team anymore. Like people just want to discredit where if we won the Carabao Cup last year with easy draws, like we had Wimbledon on the way, but like that was our easiest draw. Everything else was quite difficult. We had Forest, who had a really good year, Chelsea, Arsenal, then Liverpool. Like we went through it the hard route and we came up trumps, and that makes we'll look so much better on paper. I mean, for us, if we won the cup, couldn't really give a shit who we played. But at least like no one can whinge about us. Like no one can discredit us.
Yeah.
So for me, like I welcome tough competition. We already had a good win against Tottenham. I mean, I welcome them. And if we win, then obviously we're going to have another good team in the final. It's either going to be Chelsea or Arsenal. So, I mean, bring it on. Like I say, if you want to be the best, you got to beat the best. So might as well get them done now.
I find it funny when a lot of other rival fans and like Paul Scholes on the overlap was saying like, oh, everyone tries to get knocked out of this cup, what you're celebrating and having a parade for the Mickey Mouse Cup for. They need to drop that because look at the teams that are continuously in the last stages.
Yeah.
Look at the teams that have won it in the last 10 years. It's always been Liverpool, like you said, City 4 years in a row. The big teams have won it. The big teams are in it. I think there was a period in like early 2000s.
10, 15 years ago where it wasn't taken as seriously for a little while.
Because there was a final like late 2000s, 2010 or something where it was Bradford and Swansea. Remember that one?
Yeah, that
Swansea one.
Bradford, Swansea, Birmingham beat Arsenal. But again, Arsenal were in it.
Arsenal were in it there.
And there were a couple of other teams that, I think people did rotate their teams. Like the top 6 teams, for example, would have like rotated a little bit, gone out and give a window to like lesser teams. So it looked like people didn't give a shit until like obviously, like, Man City came around, and if it's good enough for Pep, then it's good enough for everyone, because Man United wanted it. They beat us in the final a couple of years ago. That was a Liverpool-Chelsea penalty shootout a couple of
with
years
the kids
ago.
when Liverpool won with the kids.
Yeah, like people are taking it seriously now. So it doesn't matter who tries to discredit it. It's still, even if they try and discredit it, it's still regarded as a major competition by the FA.
Absolutely. League Cup, baby.
Yeah, so it doesn't, like, if you were to rank them, I would agree that it's probably the least important, but it's still important.
Still important.
So yeah, it doesn't really matter how anyone else credits it. The FA says it's a major competition, and the trophy's a trophy at the end of the day. So everyone wants to win it, so got to be in it to win it.
And last year we had to beat the best two sides categorically in the league last year. You know, Liverpool obviously went on to win the league. We beat them in the final. Arsenal were chasing the whole way. We're runners up again. We beat them comfortably over 2 legs.
Yeah.
So there's that confidence to take into the semi-final draw against Man City. There's that belief there that we are the holders, and we are obviously going all out to retain it and hopefully get another trip back to Wembley. But Man City under Pep will be obviously a very tough ask. And like Howe said, really hoped it would have been the other way around. It did benefit us being at home for the second leg last year, because I think even if we go to the Etihad and get beat 2-0, say if it was the first leg, you'd still have a bit of hope and belief that in the second leg at home you could get it back to 2-2 and maybe take it to pens or whatever. But listen, it's going to be tough, and we'll be interesting to see what Team Pep does feel. Like you say, he doesn't make many changes. Be interesting to see what Newcastle feel, to be fair, because the game is not far away at all. You know,
I've got a lot of options.
It's like mid-Jan and mid-Feb for both legs, so not a lot of options at the minute. But will we get through? Do you fancy us to do it?
A couple of ways to look at it is, like, we've already beat Man City at home. Like, they're beatable. And at a time where we were struggling quite a bit, and Haaland was scoring goals for fun. I mean, he still is, to be fair. He's still in that in that phase. So yeah, I mean, I was shit myself at that game, to be honest with you. But we got through it and we won. So yeah, I think, like I say, we've always got home advantage. The Etihad we haven't won in about 15 years ever in the league. Anyway, we've never won in the league. I think we won once in the cup in around about 2010, where Rolando Aaron scored. So there's two things to that. We can beat them in the cup because we've done it before, albeit about 15 years ago. But last year, when was the last time we beat Arsenal at the Emirates?
Exactly. I like it. Good omens. Yeah.
Never beat Arsenal at the Emirates in 15 years in any competition.
I was dreading that when I went down.
So so we beat Arsenal. We broke that duck at the Emirates. So can be done. Like, me hand on heart prediction is probably a draw at home. I reckon we'll get a 1-1 at home and probably lose away, or therefore getting knocked out in aggregate. Like, but I think as long as it's close, I think like a 2-0 away loss, 1-1 draw at home. Just play well. They're obviously a better team than us. So yeah, me honest prediction is that we'll lose the tie overall, but there's absolutely nothing to stop with. Like I say, we beat Arsenal when we thought our chips were down. We beat City earlier on in the season when we thought we'd get stuffed. So there for the taking, baby.
It is. I probably do agree with you, though. I think we'll actually win at home again, probably by 1 goal, and I think we'll get beat by a couple of goals away, so they'll just about squeeze through. But who knows? We'll obviously be previewing the game close at a time when we know what the form is like, the lineups could be, and like you say, it all could come down to who is playing for Man City, really, and how strong Newcastle's team is. Have we signed anybody by that point, especially for the second leg? Obviously, it's in February. You never know. Haaland might be injured by then, but anything can happen. Anything can happen. So we don't know. Speaking of strikers who got injury, actually, Keg, the news broke today about Isak. Looks like he suffered a broken leg. A lot of Newcastle fans have been celebrating that injury online. I've went. I'll say it like, it's sweet karma. Karma is very real. I believe in karma, and it looks like that's been the case for Isak. You know, the way you never really want a player to get injured, but the way he behaved in the summer and you know, disrespected the club that made him, essentially, that got him that move to Liverpool, because yes, he was a player before that at Sociedad and stuff, but we put up the big cash for him. Eddie Howe's coaching and whatnot over the years made him who he is. Scored some big important goals for us, but without us, he had the potential before us, but with us, he realised it, you know, and Eddie Howe made that happen, and his goal scoring records went through the roof. And then refusing to play for the club in the summer was unacceptable. He did that, went above and beyond, you know, to seal that move to Liverpool all the wrong ways. Didn't begrudge him wanting to go to Liverpool, totally get it, but he should have played for us while he was still under contract. So it was a big shame the way that unfolded. And then now you look what happened. It's like karma has rolled around him and bit him in the arse.
Yeah. big shame. Devastated for him. It is, I mean, like you say, you don't want anyone to get injured. Like, he is a good player. Obviously, he's had his struggles with Liverpool, which is, again, really unfortunate.
How unfortunate that is.
That's really unfortunate. The funny thing is that he actually scored whilst getting injured.
Yeah,
Like, it's only his second league goal for Liverpool.
Yeah.
And he was only on the field for 15 minutes because he came on at half time, didn't he? Started on the bench, came on at half time, and went off in around about 60 minutes. So he played 15 minutes, scored a goal, now he's out for the year. Cracking return that. What a 15 minutes that was.
Good 15 minutes for him. He finally looked like he might have been back to what Liverpool fans be hoping when they signed him for. But
And it was
that much money.
won the assist now.
Aye.
First assist, he's that goal. They've been crying out for that. Oh yeah. There you go. And there's your taster, and now it's done.
Well, lucky. This is why. This is life, man. This is life.
Yeah, it is.
But so far, so good business-wise for Newcastle on that one.
Yeah. Merry Christmas, Alex.
Merry Christmas, Alexander. And we obviously did all right. We're getting Big Nick, and Saint Nick himself did deliver on the weekend against Chelsea, but we still couldn't get 3 bloody points. Honestly, man, what do we have to do to get a win? 2-0 up at half time, should have been more. You're thinking to yourself, this has got to be the day, please. You know what I mean? It's Christmas is around the corner. Best we've played in ages. That 45 minutes was like our old selves. Anthony Gordon was like his old self. We talked on the podcast last week how, you know, he's been a shadow of him for myself unless it's under the lights and it's the Champions League. He just hasn't done it in the Premier League for ages. And then the ball in for Voldemort for his second goal. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Taking on his man, cutting inside, doing that all first half long. And you think, right, yeah, we are. This is it. Have we turned a corner? And then second half starts with a killer blow. They've done it. But let's talk about the start of the game first. The intensity was back, wasn't it? For the opening 45. It did feel like you were watching Eddie Howe's Black and White Army again.
It did, yeah. And again, like I said before, like at home, I'll fancy you against anyone at home, like League, Cup, whatever it is. Like, I reckon we'll give absolutely anyone a run with the 12th man behind them. And I mean, that was. I feel like we've had a really good record against Chelsea as well. Like, I think like what they've done this season, they've been all right, a bit inconsistent at times, not the best, but still a pretty good team. They're like 4th in the league, I think, going into the game. I'm not sure where they are now.
They didn't have a great month, and we mentioned that in the show last week, you know, the inconsistency, but they do still have a very expensive squad.
Yeah.
And we're still very much in the hunt for where they all want to be.
Yeah. So I was quietly confident about the game against Chelsea. Like, I thought we would win. But when we went like 2-0 up relatively early on and playing the way we did, I thought, Jesus Christ, we're going to smash them.
Yeah,
I thought we were going to get an absolute riot, like Tottenham.
Yeah,
I thought we were going to do a Tottenham on them.
And we said Saint Nick's delivered in the title, but he should have had a hat-trick. Should have scored the third.
Could have had a couple more. He could have had 4 or something.
He should have had a few more goals in the sack.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Delivering a few more presents would have been nice.
It would have been lovely.
We still would end up drawing 4-4, knowing us, like, so it would have mattered. We can't win a game.
4-0 up at half time, late. Arsenal reverse.
Can't win a game. Can't win it no matter what we're doing. 2-0 up, 4-0 up, 10-0 up, we'll still fucking throw it away.
Yeah, that's obviously unfortunate how the game ended up. But yeah, cracking first half, probably the best of the season, as you said. Yeah, really happy with the performance and against a good team as well. But yeah, well, the best in the league at not winning games. You'll never sing that.
That's who you don't want to be. You don't want to be there. We're actually the best in the league at scoring early goals as well. I think it's 8 or something. That
we're also the best at conceding late ones.
And we're also
score early, concede late.
We're the second worst for scoring past the 80th minute as well. So that's great. What do you think it was then? Why we're, first of all, look like we're back? The switch that had been flicked, you know, like Gordon back. Tonali seemed to be back to his best. Voldemort obviously getting the goals before he misses the chances when it's 2-0 up. You know, and more importantly, just the energy and that intensity.
Yeah.
You know, getting in people's faces, closing people down, being a nuisance. We just haven't really seen that at all for nearly all yet, to be honest. The final.
Yeah, I think there's maybe still a little bit of an aftermath of like the kick up the arse that we needed. Obviously, this time last week we were talking about losing the derby, which was kind of the end of the season, the ultimate meltdown. The Howe out as were in full voice wanting Eddie Howe to be sacked. Understandably, completely understandably, where form recently has not been acceptable, especially away. Yeah, and we needed a big reaction. And while the performance, which we haven't really discussed yet, against Fulham, it was okay. It was fine. The biggest thing is that we're getting to another semi-final. We're third in 4 years. So that's a positive. We're kind of corrected that. I think a better performance would have been nice. If we would have played better and won a little bit more convincingly, that would have been nice. But at the end of the day, we won the game and we're through at the semi-final. Happy days. Then I think the first half against Chelsea was the continual aftermath of correcting that Sunderland run. And against a good team. They're like no disrespect to Fulham, but Chelsea's a little bit of a different kettle of fish.
Oh, it is.
So yeah, we beat Fulham through at the semi-final, and we were just on a bit of a rampage in the opening 45 against Chelsea. I think it really could have been that kind of game where we were just on it. We were just on one. We were probably angry. We're probably looking for a reaction. Eddie Howe's probably been booting them up the arse. Jason Tindall's been punching them in the face all week. And they've just been looking for that response, and we got it until we didn't.
Yeah, until we didn't. I mean, let's talk Baltimore first before we get on to why we didn't end up winning the game. Those finishes, the technical ability.
Sexy.
Oh, it was so good, man, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So good. And, a lot of people, a lot of reporters and stuff have been raising question marks over Eddie Howe and Baltimore and saying Baltimore's not the striker. Why they were saying him, he doesn't suit our style of play. He's not a natural goal scorer, but I mean, he's shown when he gets service that he is. He's been living off scraps all season. He's got 6 goals now, maybe even more after the weekend.
Got to be more than that,
and he's getting them deliveries on Saturday lunchtime, and he's putting them away. Well, the first 2, anyways. Like we said, he could have had 3 or 4, but you're not going to score with everybody a chance. No one does.
Of course not. Yeah.
So those 2 finishes show how much of a good player that he is, and that he can be leading the line for Newcastle.
Yeah, of course, absolutely.
He does it for Germany quite well.
Yeah. I think it's the same as what was said last week about Eddie Howe. It's just a results-based business, and everyone just kind of goes on game to game. He's had dry spells. He's had games where he hasn't looked like a proper number 9. Like he likes to get involved. He likes to drop deep. He likes to get involved in the game and link up play and what have you. But when you drop deep and you link up the play, that's where you need your striker up top, and he's kind of lagging behind. So that's why people say he's not a natural number 9, what have you. Then like when he's went on a bit of a goal run like he did earlier on in the season, everyone was loving him. Then he goes on a bit of a bad streak, not necessarily a bad streak, but like a bit of a goal baron. And that's when everyone's like, guys, not a striker, we need Wissa back, and he needs to play number 10 or what have you. Like, it's just week by week. Like, no one will be complaining now that he scored 2 goals against Chelsea in the first half. And he's a top act. He's a really, really good player, especially when you look around the rest of the league. Like, Sheshko's, Isak's, what's Arsenal's
Gyökeres.
player, Gyökeres. There's probably a couple others in there as well.
Even João Pedro until the weekend.
Like, I think he's probably been one of the best centre forward signings. I think probably second behind Ekitike, I would say, in terms of big money, at least anyway. So he's been a really, really quality player, and I think that showed. I think the second goal, obviously got a touch. Gordon went through to Gordon. Gordon's was saved. There was a rebound saved, and then it was a bit of a simple tap in. But the second one, brilliant striker's finish, but obviously helped by the brilliant delivery by Gordon. That's what you want. That's what we're missing against Sunderland.
Yeah, we weren't missing it for months. Nothing from the wingers.
Yeah, we weren't putting them crosses in. Barnes and Murphy do put balls in. Typically, Gordon, obviously excluding this game, him and Alanga haven't been putting the crosses in.
No,
and that's why, like people are saying, that it was one of Gordon's best performances in months, because he was actually doing his job as a winger and sticking the ball in.
Aye.
But yeah, it was a brilliant delivery. Voldemar didn't really have to do too much, just get the right contact on us to take it past Sanchez, and that's exactly what a striker should do with the brilliant delivery from his winger. So yeah, good performance from Voldemar. And again, like you say, like, wouldn't worry too much about the misses, as Supermac once told us. The worry is not getting chances. He was getting chances. He said, you're not going to score 100% of your chances. The biggest issue is when you're not getting chances. You'll miss some, you'll score some. That's just the nature of football. Scored 2. He's going to miss a couple. Could have maybe done better on some. Probably should have had a hat trick, if not 4. But like I say, you're not going to score them all. So at least he got the 2 important goals. Went in 2-0 up at half time, and it's not his responsibility to defend. Now what he could have done about us.
Never again, actually, after the bloody derby day. I mean, no more defending. No more defending. Don't need to do that ever again, please. Baltimore and Crouchy having a good bit of back and forth. Crouchy calling it. We have been waiting for that, to be fair. And it was a good moment where Crouchy was saying that Baltimore was his son, And Voldemort was saying he's been inspired by him. A lot of teams back in Germany used to call him Crouchy as his nickname. So that was a good bit of crack. And to be fair, Crouchy was like, Crouchy scored some great goals, man, didn't he?
He was,
for his height and all, but he overhead kicks and everything.
Yeah, like we've said that, like my comparison to Voldemort was Peter Crouch, and like it seems like you might laugh at that, but people forget just how good Peter Crouch was.
Oh, he was totally underrated.
Because he's just tall, skinny, and gangly, and he's a character, and he's funny. Like you just kind of, if you weren't in his era, like what we were, like the younger generation might not know Peter Crouch's game that well, but he was a cracking player. Played for Tottenham, Champions League, played for Liverpool, played for some top teams. He started multiple games for England in the World Cup. Was it 2010?
Yeah. Famous robot dance against Jamaica in the build-up game.
He was a class player, and he scored some absolute worldy goals. So yeah, Peter Crouch is a brilliant footballer, but it does seem funny kind of comparing him to Peter Crouch. Like, it's not like a sexy comparison, but it probably is like an underrated one. Like, I think Peter Crouch is a really underrated player.
It's probably just a lazy one as well, because he just looks
he's
like
tall.
the German version of Crouch. Tall, blonde, dangly. Like. Big up to Aswaros for the super chat. Loving the jumpers. Have a good Christmas. Thanks very much, mate. Hope you have a good Christmas too. There's the Magpie Christmas jumper special. Now sold out, but thanks to everyone that did grab themselves one on the magpiechannel.com. There's a few white hats left, but the black ones have sold out as well. And that'll be it for this winter, because I haven't got time to get any more. Let's go on to half time then. All right. And I've seen a couple of questions before saying, what was Eddie's message at a half time? I wonder, says Danny, and a few other people have put it up. And that's what people were asking me not after the game. We felt like, what's Howe saying to these players at half time? But I think obviously the James free kick is just a killer blow.
Oh, yeah.
The timing of that just completely like silences the crowd, gets Chelsea up, gets us down.
Early second half.
If that doesn't go in, you hang on to lead for another 10 minutes, you'd hope we may get another one or we'd see it out. But yeah, the timing of the free kick wasn't good, and then that changed the whole like energy and flow of the game as well.
Yeah, it did, yeah. And I don't really know how much Eddie Howe can be held responsible for it, not to try and like dig him out of a hole or anything, but like to be fair, like as a neutral, it was one hell of a game.
It was,
It was probably one of the best games of the season. It was an absolute spectacle. It was a brilliant game to watch. As a Newcastle fan, it was stressful. Heart palpitations, drama,
so stressful.
Yeah, like the penalty decisions, which we'll come on to in a bit, but the competitive nature, physical. It was a physical game. Yellow cards all out of the shop. Like both teams getting stuck in, like both teams going for it. It was end to end. It was a fantastic game of football. That's the kind of football that you want to be watching week in and week out. But yeah, obviously as a Newcastle fan, stressful and bit of a kick in the teeth to not lose, but like lose a win, lose 3 points.
Felt that way again.
Out of a two goal lead at half time. It was a proper gut punch to not hold on. And again, when we probably could have had a penalty or two to win the game. Even if we scored a third, they probably can't score a third now.
Would have happened. Would have happened. Don't get your hopes up.
Yeah, it was a fantastic game of football. So yeah, I don't really know what more Eddie Howe could have done. I don't know what the message was. I don't know if he told them a bit more of the same or kind of sit back and defend. Maybe
I hope he didn't say sit back.
I say like take the pressure off, because surely it's 3 points in the bag. We've got a flurry of fixtures coming up. Maybe he want to take the foot off the pedal a little bit and take it easy. Hopefully not. I hope he didn't say anything to these. Like, I hope it was just maybe like a little bit more of the same. Like, we've got the goal. Maybe don't need to like drive like full throttle, but just kind of keep the pressure on, keep going. Maybe get a third. We might concede one. If we win 3-1, fantastic. Happy days. But yeah, I think just Maresca and Chelsea just wanted something out of that game just a little bit more than we did, unfortunately.
I mean, it was a tale of two halves, wasn't it?
Yeah, really.
Literally, Newcastle won the first half 2-0, Chelsea won the second half 2-0, and it ended in a draw. I'd say it was probably fair, but I feel like we should have won it because of the ref decisions and a couple of the late chances like Harvey Barnes, which we'll talk about in a minute. But on the referee then, Andy Madley, what an absolute disgrace he is, man. I was raging after the game because he ruined it. Probably. I mean, after the game, you're thinking, not even just Madley, right? It's VAR. Was it Banks? Peter Banks on VAR? Like, how quick they made the decision on the pen for Gordon. That wasn't a pen, but, when they said it was shielded.
It took longer watching Valdemar's offside.
It did, And, Chalobah's watching Gordon, not watching the ball, comes flying into him. No intent to get the ball at all. I mean, it's a stonewall penalty. And, I was speaking to Chelsea fans afterwards. I've seen Matisse today talking about it, Chelsea YouTube, and all of them Every single person agrees that it was a penalty. Neutral, Chelsea, Newcastle, everyone knows, apart from VAR, apart from Madley. So why is it the case, man? And it does my head in that. We're nearly in 2026 and they're still
not right.
getting decisions wrong like that. How can we still be getting decisions wrong like that? You know, you have Hamad Madley, but at the end of the day, he's however many yards away. Someone might be blocking his view. Okay.
That's
where
why
the hell's VAR?
introduced. Yeah, that's why VAR was introduced, to get things that maybe the referee didn't see properly, have a good angle on.
Aye. You've
So
got all the
that's
angles in the
job.
world. It's on TNT. You've got fucking drone footage, Spider-Man footage, cameras everywhere. Do you know what I mean? You still can't get the decision right. You've got the one from a ball boy perspective. You're right there. You can see them. And I just don't understand how they look at that and go, yeah, absolutely fine that. The clothesline, yeah, sound. Keep it in. Keep it in, Chalobah. Have a clothesline. No penalty. Spear.
Rhino.
At that time, it was 2-1 now. So we go ahead.
Yeah.
If it's Nick or probably Gordon that
3-1,
takes
yeah.
it, it's 3-1. And then you'd hope they wouldn't come back and score the third. But, I mean, what a disgraceful performance. And like I said, I'll give on that one, it was just a multitude of things because we talk about, yes, it could be VR's problem, but the handball in the first half, debatable. Later on Barnes from James, maybe. There's another one on Barnes as well, the pull that gets checked by VR and not given. And it was just the overall failure to control the game for me.
Yeah.
There was so many fouls that weren't given. So many times a yellow should have been shown. It was shown too late. Caicedo was getting away with murder. Cucurella was getting away with murder.
He's a prick.
It was, they're all pricks, man. They really are. You can't stand them. And if you're in charge of a big game like that, lunchtime kickoff, you've got to be able to handle it, man. And he just couldn't control the game at all.
Yeah. I think like maybe just like the physicality maybe has made it like a hard game to officiate or keep the control. Like when tackles are flying in here, there, and everywhere. Like you don't want to be sending everyone off. You don't want to be like brandishing the card every 2 seconds, which it really could have been that kind of game. I don't even know how many cards there were in the end, to be fair.
Loads
at
at the end.
That was a kind of few. Even Maresco got himself a yellow card.
Did he?
Yeah. But yeah, it was a tough game to officiate. Like, I don't envy referees in them kind of games, but like I said, that's why VAR was brought in to help with these decisions. And I just find it an absolute piss take how it there was like an explanation for it. Like they said, because of whatever it was,
Shielding?
got his body in the ball, it was shielded,
bollocks.
and like he close at the ball, or Gordon couldn't get the ball or something. But everyone that I've seen, every pundit, every analyst, everyone has said it's a penalty. Like you said, you've spoke to Chelsea fans and people around the ground and what have you. Like everyone says it's a penalty. I was watching the footage. I couldn't make the game, so I was watching it on TNT, and it was Ali McCoist on commentary. Like Ali McCoist was doing, he's flipping the lid. He was getting acca for 5 minutes.
Good.
Like he wouldn't stop talking about it. He was just getting absolutely berserk about this, as was everyone else. And like I think that just goes to show you, like you say, it might not be Madley's fault, that one, but they are getting that one wrong and trying to, well, not reviewing it long enough, just kind of making a quite quick decision on it when the check for about 5 minutes if Voldemort was offside or not. But that one, all right, I know worries. I will just forget about shielding. Just shielding out. Then given an explanation, like when everyone else can see it was a penalty. I don't know how you can get away with it, and like they're trying to justify it. Absolute bollocks. I hate VAR. Like I thought it was a really good idea. Like when they brought it in, like I thought it was a really good idea, and I still do. But if they get it right, like how long have we had VR in the Premier League for now? About 7 years or something like that.
It's not VR, it's the people using it. It's the absolute morons that are watching
don't
it
know
back.
the rules of football.
It's just mad. Like you say, it should benefit with, but again, it does kind of kill the game when Baltimore, great ball in, great finish, and then we're scratching our heads for 5 minutes waiting to see if it's going to be allowed.
Like it
And
makes
that kills
goals
the game, man.
anticlimactic, doesn't it?
100%.
Even when we score, like I don't celebrate as much as I used to because I just think, was there an offside there or was there a foul? Like I just always think like, it's going to get pulled back for something. There's going to be a late check. VAR is going to do this, do that, whatever. Like it really does like suck the fun out of the game. Like it does just make you think like before going over the top of the celebration. Is it a goal? Is it not a goal? I don't know. I'll just sit and fucking twiddle my thumbs for a couple of minutes and just find out if the referee wants to give it or not.
Joke. Absolute joke, the referee. The way they use VAR. It's a shame that it did impact the game, you know, because at 2-1 we could take it to 3-1 and who knows from there. But what I will say is that I was annoyed again by Eddie Howe's late substitutions. Once again, he was, reactive instead of proactive. You look around, and I was at the game with my lass, and she said, "Why isn't he making any subs? Why is he not doing it?" Now it was at like 50 minutes, and I was saying, "Just wait till 70. There's no point, because look at that clock in the corner flag. 70 minutes, you'll make changes. 70 minutes, Alanga comes up, Bonds comes up, Wissa comes up. You're giving these players 15, 20 minutes, man. Like, off the back of that pen not being given as well. Like, do it then when the crowd's up and they're going to get, everyone's going to be on a lift and really cheer them on, And again, like, you could see from the first half how much Voldemort played better due to having a rest. He looked revitalized. Same with Gordon and those runs and stuff, and checking back and getting deliveries in. But there's a part of me where I'm like, you're taking Voldemort off, who's on a hat-trick. Like we're seeing with Wissa. When can we see him with Wissa then?
Yeah, I was a little surprised
keep his height, keep his height, keep the pace with Wissa as well. Try that with them, but we'll go there and we'll try Alanga again, and it just doesn't work. He looks so out of it.
Give him the ball again.
And Wissa doesn't get a sniff, doesn't get a chance at all in the 15, 20 minutes he's on. Who did get a chance though was Harvey Barnes, and it wasn't an easy chance. It was a volley. Yeah. It was a volley, but you just hope that hits the back of the net, and that would be the winner.
What was the game that he scored 2 in? Because he'd done that again, didn't it? Was it Champions League?
He's done a couple of them, 2 late goals, especially last season.
Yeah, it creeps in, like, right place at the right time, and it was a brilliant ball, and that was Bruno who whipped it in the back. That was really nice play.
Wasn't Alanga.
Aye. Was it Langa's ball forward? I can't remember who passed it forward. Like, it was like a through ball to the right-hand side for Bruno on the counter-attack. And Bruno early just smashed it all the way to the back stick. Barnes, free as a bird, tap it. Well, not a tap in. It's still a hard skill to like volley it. It was in the air. Got to control it. Just didn't quite get the control right. Like, we've seen him do that again. So yeah, disappointing. Could have been better. And he also had that chance. It was nice. I don't know if it was Bruno again or was it Wissa? Like, with a little through ball. I think Reece James came in with the last ditch.
Oh, it was Wissa, I think.
Yeah, that was. At first, I thought that might have been a penalty. I thought he got the man before the ball. I thought that was another call that VR might have been able to have a little look at. In the end, it probably did get the ball, so it wouldn't have been a pen anyway. It was a good tackle by Reece James, but he made a nuisance of himself, Barnes, as he usually does. I think he's a good impact sub, but yeah, probably should have scored 1 to put with 3-2 up.
Alanga, right? Again, we're talking about it last week. Feel like a broken record where he gets the ball and there was 2 or 3 really good opportunities against Chelsea where we're quickly breaking. Ramsdale gave it out, someone else gave it Alanga, and you just run at your man in the space and behind, and it's obviously due to a lot of confidence and stuff, but he just shits his pants and checks and just pass the ball backwards. So just use your one main attribute, pace, and go for it, man. Go for it.
Like Ramsdale's Nick Pope quarterback throw.
Aye.
I got Alanga through, and I thought, well, he's pace. He's through, yeah. I thought he's going to absolutely burn them off, and he's going to be 1-on-1. I
don't know why he just tweaks it.
Yeah.
Puts the brake on.
Yeah. He just kind of waited to like be able to like cut back, and then it wasn't a bad effort, but it wasn't on target. So I thought like when he crossed the halfway line and he's got half a yard with his pace through 1-on-1.
That's your thing. This is your game.
1-on-1. Just got to beat the keeper. Easy. Should be an easy shot. At least get it on target. 1-on-1 round the keeper, whatever. But yeah, just put the brakes on and waited until Chelsea got 2 men back. So that's good.
Class. It's a good job that Chelsea's winger at the other end couldn't finish his chances either, because they could have went on to win it. Garnacho missed a couple of chances. Ramsey made a couple of saves, but they put a couple over the bar. There was a few of them in the second half where it was like a basketball match. It was it was end-to-end. Like you said,
was a brilliant game.
Brilliant for the neutral. Very stressful for us. Just a shame that we couldn't get the winner. Last thoughts then on how in that game with the subs then? What do you think? Am I being harsh? Do you think he needs to make subs earlier, or?
Yeah, I think he could just manage the game better, like kind of use a little bit more initiative and like kind of like scope it out a little bit, because it wasn't until I think the world maybe was ready to come on anyway, but like we waited until the second goal. We waited until we're at 2-2.
Always does.
Then we'll put 3 forwards on, but like no tactical change. Like, it could have been Voldemort and Wissa. Could have had them both on, but it was like for like. It was Alanga for Murphy, Barnes for Gordon, Wissa for Voldemort. Just 3 straight subs, no changes, no difference in tactics on out.
You know what it's like? It's like a teenager playing FIFA and he does the quick subs. You know what I mean? Just auto sim it. You know, I'll just triangle, make three swaps, like you say, like for like, nice and easy. No thought about it whatsoever. Just like, oh, one button, done, sound. What's gonna happen now? Out. Honestly, man, I do want to see them two together, Wissa and Guatemala. I think, especially when he's on a hat trick and
I was surprised that he got
causing
taken
problems.
Off. I know he's played a lot of football because of Wissa and Asula's injuries and stuff. So I get that he needs a bit of a break, and they're trying to ease Wissa in as well. They're trying to manage both of their minutes. But yeah, would have like on a hat trick where he did have a really good first half. It would have been nice to see him kept on, but yeah, Wissa needed on as well. So
I think even
he needed just a bit of a change there.
I think even like around 55, if you just bring Wissa on, even if it's and keep them both on the pitch for 10, 15 until the 70-odd minute, and then if it's not working and Nick's looking tired, then bring Uralanga on or whatever you want to try and get at tired legs. But that bloke needs a goal and needs some sort of Christmas miracle because he's just looking miles off it at the minute. Anthony Uralanga, unfortunately.
Needs to be watching Jacob Murphy on the training ground.
He does. I get some pointers off Jacob to try and turn it around like he did.
That's what Eddie Howe used to say. Anthony, just sit on this side and just watch Jacob for a little while there. Just do what he does.
Just do what he does with a bit more speed.
And just run a little bit faster if you can.
Jackie there is a long-term viewer for sure because they mentioned the Harvey Barnes chance reminds me of your FIFA game when Mutu missed a sitter. That must have been his goal max from years. The FIFA videos. The FIFA videos. God, I haven't done one of them. Well, clearly when Mutu was playing, so 5-6 years ago. But love that memory in the long-term viewership from you lot. Someone's asking there about the Isaac injury. We discussed that earlier in the show.
Dead mate.
All right, dead leg, broken leg. Mailey, though. Let's talk Louis Mailey, who against Fulham got the winner during the week before that against Leverkusen, got an all-important goal that's seen us take the lead. And since then, he's slotted in at right back and doing a very good job. Let's just have a little conversation about his impact, Keg, for, 19 years old, coming in, now out of position, scoring goals, and just looking like a real talent across the pitch.
Yeah, he's a really, really class act. Like, we know what he's been as a midfielder. I think his future is like in like the number 6 role. He's done a good job playing in the 8 and what have you, like right across like the midfield. But yeah, for me, I think he's just class in the number 6. I can't remember what game it was. Was it one of the Champions League games? I think that might have been Marseille, where we made a couple of changes and he ended up like finishing the game at right back. And I thought, what the fuck's going on here? It's like, we're really that shallow that we've got Lewis Miley, 6'2", 19-year-old Lewis Miley playing right back. It's like, what's going on here? That's awful.
This is Sobbers line, man.
This is really, really awful football.
It's getting popular now to play midfielders at right back.
I guess it is.
Trendy.
Well, yeah, I mean, credit to him. He had an absolute blank. I think both games, he was probably man of the match for me in both games.
Like
Fulham and Chelsea, he was absolutely sensational. My worry now is he's going to get too good and then we're going to keep him there. I think we'll just sell Tino to Man City because we've got Lewis Miley.
Man.
Trippier's 34. Don't worry about that. We've got one replacement right here. I didn't worry about that.
Give Kraft a new deal. We have Miley and Kraft rotating right back.
Yeah, like, I mean, it is like a slight worry. Like, I'm actually kind of genuinely serious when I say that. That like he's playing too well.
You think you're gonna keep him there?
Like it could like kind of reshape him because like I say, I think 6 is his best position. He's brilliant in the 8 as well. He can play right across the centre mid, and that's where he should be. His goal, like he got the corner. It was a good shot. Yeah, like the resultant corner from where he scored, like it was his shot. So it was a good effort and a really, really good save, tipped around the post. That's why I think he's classing them forward positions. Like, let's say that, like is the 6 like kind of defending the back 4 in the middle of the park, passing it around, getting forward, making a nuisance of himself around the box, being able to shoot. Scored against was it a Champions League goal?
Leverkusen.
The shot were deflected. It was that against?
Shot were deflected.
It was Everton.
Oh, yes.
That was it.
That was his first start, wasn't it? He scored in that one.
So that's what I mean. Like, you can get around the edge of the box. You can shoot. You can score. That's why I like him in the midfield. But to be fair, as a right back, Garnacho's a tricky player. And he was absolutely... He didn't put a foot wrong all game. He was absolutely sensational.
He was so good, man.
Yeah. It's nice to have that versatility. Like, I don't want him to play right back permanently, but it is nice to have that option. Like, say, when I first seen it, I hated it. I thought Eddie Howe was gone mad. I was thinking, this is a fucking joke.
You want the sack.
But But fair play.
To be fair, people criticise obviously how he's under pressure and stuff, but that's a move that's definitely paid off.
Yeah, it is nice to see players that do have a versatility, like you say, like people like Soboslai done all right at right back. People that do play out of position, like you hated it at first, but then you think, to be fair, that's
well.
Yeah. It's good to see like that players do have a versatility and they're not kind of like a one-trick pony. Like you can put them anywhere you wanted. And
I think mainly has got that like overall football and talent and football brain and skill set that you could trust him in a lot of various positions. Like good. He's a real talent, and he does need this game time as well, because there was talk of the likes of Ipswich Town trying to get him on loan in the summer, and Newcastle debated it, but thought, we'll keep him here. We might need him through injuries, and bloody good job we did. And he just needs to kick on now, because we don't want to find ourselves in another Elliot Anderson situation. This kid will play for England.
My worry.
Miley will play for England. He is that good. He will be that good.
Yeah, that was my worry early on in the season. Like, I remember on a podcast I said, I don't think he'll ever be a starter, like a centre midfield starter. Like when all said and done, like when you've got your best 11 available, you've got a fully fit squad, you've got Tonali, Joelinton, Bruno. Obviously, he's still developing at the minute. One of them might have to be sold, but I just felt like I see him kind of more going down the Elliot Anderson route of ending up being sold, because I don't think he'll start ever. Like I think if one of them sold, say Tonali, for example, because that would be his position, he'd be the number 6, he'd be the ideal replacement. And Tonali's probably got a big value and interest from around the world.
Nice.
So I think he's probably the most likely candidate to maybe leave sooner. So, but if we did that, I feel like we would spend that money on a replacement. I just feel like the way football is, especially with teams that have money, they want to spend the money. They want to like bring in like big, flashy, sexy players, like international caliber players. So that's why I said I don't think Miley will ever be like a starting 11 starting player for the club.
He should be.
But now, since I've said that, his developments looked amazing, and he genuinely could be. I still stand on what I say. I still think that if we were to sell any of one midfield 3, would probably buy someone to replace.
I think we still do need a midfielder.
And Miley is still going to maintain like a squad rotational option. He'll not be like our best starting 3 when everyone's fit and available. But he's proven that he is Premier League quality and probably international quality as well. So yeah, and we can learn a lesson from Elliot Anderson as well. Like, I know it wasn't our fault. I know it was PSR and FFP and all that bollocks that meant that we had to sell him. But now we can see the quality in Lewis Miley where we think, we're not selling him.
No chance.
No chance, Barbara.
No, Barbara. Not this time.
Yeah.
Not this time. Thank you. And we will talk midfielders in a minute, because that is a target position that Newcastle are after in the upcoming January transfer window, which a few questions, who does the two need to sign in the window? People are asking there. We'll talk about it in a minute. But Miley, he's been incredible, been a real standout so far in the last few weeks, to cement his place in the team, whether that's right back, whether that's midfield. He's shown his class, he's shown his quality, and he has to be given a chance now to stake his claim for me, because I think he was unlucky not to come in earlier. I think Joelinton's been poor all season. And Louis deserves his chance, and he's came in, he's took it, and we need goals from other positions as well. We need goals from other area of the field, and he's such a threat from corners, isn't he? With that, his heading ability, he's class.
6'2", he's part of the big crew. He's up there with
giants.
Like Byrne, Voltemada. We got Botman, Chow, all big players. Obviously, now you're not going to get Pope up for a corner, but you've got the height. You've got a lot of tall players, and like Joelinton's about 6'1", if not more. And Louis Miley's 6'2", 19-year-old, and getting better, just continuing to develop. He's already playing for the under 21, under 23 level for England. Don't know which age group he's at. I think it's just the one before the senior team. So it must be under 23s, right? 19-year-old playing for the under 23s. So tough competition. I don't know when he's going to get his opportunity for England. It's probably not obviously going to be before the World Cup.
Yeah, no.
So yeah, maybe he's in the next year or two. Like just keep him in the under 23s for a little while, help him develop.
Unless Tino's injured, and he takes him as right back.
He could be.
Bring him in, since James is a midfielder now as well, by the looks of it, at Chelsea. So yeah. All being that said, we are still after a midfielder in January. According to various reports, Newcastle are targeting European talent. Really looking into that youth market to get the age of the squad reduced because of Joelinton's form, because of Miley showing his versatility. Willock is still rumoured to be a possible sale in January as well. The likes of Crystal Palace and Fulham sniffing around the midfielder. Like we said, Miley might be deployed elsewhere. Jordan's been out of form. Newcastle still really crying out for two styles of midfielder, to be honest with you. We still kind of need a 6 who just sits there and does it, because Bruno and Tonali are doing that sort of thing where they're probably better off doing the 8. And then you've got the lack of a creative spark in the middle as well. All this time we've been linked with a 10, which we never seem to sign, or, apart from when we tried to get James Maddison, he went to Spurs. That could angle it a different style of play, or at least given a formation change a choice, because you said before, the subs Howe makes always seems to be like for like. Well, if you had a 10 sitting there, or you had a 10 starting, then that gives you an option. And if you are going to do a Voldemort with a Wissa, and then one of them gets injured or one of them needs changed, then you could have a Gibbs White or whatever, just as an example there to come off the bench. But it won't be a Gibbs White, because, as I mentioned, the reports are that Newcastle will be focused on the European market, youth talent, to try and save some cashola. A few names linked here. Okay, we've talked about AZ Alkmaar sensation Keith Schmidt before. Another few names here that, I'll be honest, I did a video on these the other day, and I said on that video, I don't have a clue who they are, apart from Lamine Camara, the Monaco 21-year-old who's being monitored. I've seen him play against City in the Champions League, and that is the only one of these players I've seen play. He looked good. But alongside those two, you've got Feyenoord talent Luciano Valente and Auxerre's France under-21 international Kevin Denoir. Again, that might be a wrong pronunciation. I have no idea. But the key theme here is that they are all under 22, and the hope is that new sporting director Ross Wilson is being aimed to lower the squad age and look for more bargains around Europe. Have you seen any of those play before? Would you like any of them signed?
No. Yes. Get them in. Don't know who you are, but I get them in. I did see one link a few weeks ago. It was like a Serbian, like 20. I'm sure we'll link like a DM. It was like a 20-year-old Serbian thing playing in like the Belgian league or something like that. Again, another name that I'd never heard of before, but really highly rated, scouted by all like the top teams in Europe. Apparently Newcastle were really interested in him. But yeah, I don't know these kids. But if they're highly rated, then that's good enough for me.
I think
that's
a scout's job.
I mean, a lot of players in the past, like we've brought in who I didn't know, wasn't really too familiar with that game, and they've gone on to be class for the club. So I'm not the scout. I can't really give a shit.
Can't say I'd seen much of Malik Chow, to be fair.
No,
seen him once, heard of him from Germany, but again, it wasn't like, he's mint. You know what I mean? So the AC Milan fans were happy to see him go. So obviously, Keith Schmidt would be the main one, because he's the one that's like talked about across Europe for Real Madrid and everything. So if we can't pull that off, though, that's when we're going to look against the likes of Kamara, likes of Aaron here in the chat, saying he would take Kamara or Schmidt. Kamara's a baller. And yeah, these midfielders, this is what we need, though. We need youth. We need a bit more energy in the team. We've seen how much we just talked about May then, what he brings to the side. The likes of Joe Linton, where we don't want to be harsh on him. He's been amazing for the club the last few years. But we just need to like freshen things up. You know what I mean? Eddie Howe's talked about not being able to do that in previous windows, and he thinks that's had a negative effect on the team and on the training ground, where you can't reintroduce some fresh blood. Because of PSR and FFP, we're very quiet in the last couple of windows until the summer one and the sale of Isaac. Don't know them names, but a couple of names that have been linked from this country is Kobe Mainoo. Free Kobe Mainoo, as his brother would say, with his T-shirt on at Old Trafford. That would be a deal I would love to do, because I think Eddie Howe could get the best out of him again.
I wouldn't mind Mainoo. Don't know where would he be best deployed, as a 6 or an 8?
It's a bit of a tricky one, isn't it? Does it solve? He probably could be that box to box. He does let you get a bit forward. Obviously, for England, he did a bit of both, where he was sitting deep or he was going for. He gives you that option. Like I just like him as a.
Because he played kind of more as like a DM2 kind of with like Casemiro and that at Man United when he was at his best, and for England that he played like as in a part. So in like a sole 6 role, I don't know how well he'd be deployed there. Probably be better as an 8. I don't know. But you know what it is, like I'd take a shot on Manu because he's still really young and he's really talented as well. Like every time like I seen him for like when he had them England cameos,
he's class.
played a lot of cameos, and then he ended up starting the final, didn't he?
Yeah, he's brilliant.
For Man United, he scored against her a couple of years ago when he just came through. Yeah, he's a top player. I just don't know what's going on. Maybe I'm not saying Amarim's right, but Amarim might see obviously more than what we do on the training ground. Maybe it's kind of like a thing where his mentality's maybe he's not very good. Maybe he's got a little bit too cocky. Maybe it's a behind the scenes thing, not a talent thing, because we've seen his talent and we know he's a class player.
It does make you think. There's obviously, whether it is the attitude thing or it is a personal clash between him and the coaches or whatever, it has to be because, like you say, with how Man United's fortune and form hasn't been great of late, so you'd think that he would get a game. But they continue to start a mid-30-year-old in Casemiro who's actually doing all right lately.
Darren Fletcher's son made his debut.
Darren Fletcher's son's getting on, so there must be something going on there. Roy Keane made a similar point, what you just done there in the overlap, saying we should be trying harder than, because, on the training pitch, Man United needs these players, and he's not getting picked. So there has to be something going on.
So personally, I would like to give him a shot because I think he'll probably be worth it. And if he comes up trumps, we look like absolute geniuses. But, Eddie Howe's a very character type person. He's a dressing room type person, and he'll only get people who fit the team, not just talking about on the field, but off the field mainly. Like he wants the right character, the right personality. And if Kobe Manu's maybe has got a little bit too cocky, maybe he got too good too soon and he's Billy Big Bollocks, Eddie Howe won't stand for that. So if Eddie Howe and Jason Tyndall have a sit down meet with him and discuss their plans, the future, and what have you, and the like his character, then by all means bring him in. If they think he's a little bit of a cock, then don't bother.
I completely agree with all that. Another English midfielder that continues to be linked is Atletico Madrid's Conor Gallagher. He was heavily linked in this summer.
We'll sign him because we're always linked with him. We're always sign who we've been linked with for years and years. Eddie Howe's relentless. So we will sign Conor Gallagher one day. It might not be January. It might not be the summer, but we will sign him.
It'll probably be 2 years too late, like Alanga. Like Anthony Alanga was. We were trying to send him a couple of deadline days ago. But Gallagher continues to be linked. He could be offered up at a bit of a cut price deal there with those Spanish giants. Like I say, I don't think he necessarily solves all our problems, but again, he's a good midfielder. That would be a good addition.
Squad option,
wouldn't be against it.
I wouldn't be mad at that.
And another one that was been in again today, which I say again because he's a midfielder, the PIF connection, is Ruben Neves.
Oh, fucking hell.
Yeah,
is he still going?
I remember when we first had the takeover and we're like, get Neves in.
Yeah, get him on loan.
Aye, so apparently he's seeking a move back to England in January.
Is he still at Al Hilal?
But they're happy to see him go now. He's still only 28, bags of experience in the Premier League, really good technical footballer. He's someone I would love, to be honest, because he would bring that spark, get some assists, give us, a creative outlook.
Yeah, I always was a really big fan of Ruben Neves at Wolves. And in the games that I've seen him play at Al Hilal, he's still a class.
You watch Al Hilal?
I watch Al Hilal. Got the Saudi Ali season pass.
Oh, aye.
$10.99.
$10.99. Dan's there every other week to watch a game.
So, I haven't seen him play in about 4 years.
Nah. But when he was at Wolves, class act.
He really was. He was class. And if he's still anything like that player, I'd love to have him in. Now he's got a little bit more experience. He's got like the Saudi connections. I don't know if would it be a loan or a sign-in?
That's what I mean. Like it kind of goes against the outlook that they're aiming to achieve in the whole youth European talent. Well, we'll just go sign the Portuguese 28-year-olds from Saudi. But if it is on loan or a loan to buy or maybe even a quick fix, like I wouldn't be against it. It all depends on maybe who leaves. If
they think he's still up to Premier League standard as well. Like I say, I don't know what he's been doing for the past few years.
No.
Don't know how good. I think they won the league last year, didn't they?
I couldn't tell you, mate.
I'm sure they did, but that doesn't really mean that.
No.
Oh, you won the Saudi League, did you? All right, well done. Neighbours.
I'd fancy my chances of getting double figures over there, like, to be honest with you. At least 10 goals for Big Renty up top in the Al Hilal CI. Torching, toe punts everywhere you look. Offside, knee bother. So, that being said, rumours of names being linked to Newcastle United there. Let's pick a couple of players that we think we should sign. We can maybe do this a bit more in depth if we're back next Monday as the last podcast of 2025, going into the January transfer window. But off the back of that,
up, isn't it? Like, I never actually thought about that. To be fair,
like
January
a week or so.
transfer window opens in a week. What the fuck?
How mad is that?
That's just absolutely done, honestly.
I know.
I thought we were talking kind of hypothetically about the January transfer window when it opens. Like, feels like it was in like a month or two's time, but it's literally fucking next week.
Oh, it's literally next week, man.
Anyway,
the eve of Christmas Eve tomorrow.
Jeez.
So it's coming up fast. Like I say, I want a midfielder. Talked a couple of weeks ago about needing another forward, really depending on Isula's comeback and whether or not he leaves in January. Speaking of forwards, right, and you said Voldemort earlier. He's right up there with one of the signs of the summer and stuff.
Calvert-Lewin.
There you go. On a free. Calvert-Lewin, we talked about him in the summer.
We said I would take him.
Eddie Howe wanted him. We said we'd have him. We got slaughtered in the live comments. We all laughed at us.
Yeah.
Who's laughing now? You know what I mean? 6 goals in the last 5 games. 5 in a row. He's flying forever for Leeds now, like rolling back the Everton years.
He is.
COVID Calvert-Lewin this. Smashing them in for Leeds. Should have took him. Should have had the Wilson replacement. Should have had 4 strikers.
We've got Ancelotti and James Rodriguez in there at Leeds, are there?
Yeah, well, people wanted Ancelotti replaced Eddie Howe last week on the show, didn't they? Bring it back. But yeah, for me, I don't know, just names that I would have. I would have, your Manu or your Nevers that we've just been talking about.
Yeah. Dream
signing for me would just be getting another right winger right now. I'd gone all out for Semenyo. 65 million release clause. It's not going to happen. Let's be honest, because he's meant to be going to Man City or Man United or Arsenal, Spurs. Everybody's chasing him, and we're not going to give up on Alanga that quickly at the club. I think a lot of fans would like to see a fresh winger brought in. Unless Gordon left, continues to be linked to Liverpool and Arsenal, then we would need to replace him. But for now, yeah, if I just had to pick a name, I think I would really take a punt on a Kobe Manu, who I think Eddie Howe could revitalise his career and get him back on track.
Yeah.
And we need defenders. We're talking about midfielders then. Newcastle are actively looking at defenders because of the ever-growing injury list. Talks of recalling Matt Target back from Borough because of the left-back crisis. And Tino is now injured again. So, yeah, centre-backs need signed, full-backs need signed, midfielders need signed.
Everyone needs signed.
Everyone needs signed, really.
Probably goalkeeper now.
And as if we do progress in the Carabao over the 2 legs, if we do progress in the FA Cup past Bournemouth, and obviously we've got Champions League playoffs on the horizon, probably looking that way. Any names that come to mind in the UK? We've got a comment there saying Ndai, Ruben Neves. Ndai would be brilliant, to be fair. He's a good 10 for Everton, isn't he? He's AFCON at the minute.
Yeah. I still think Conor Gallagher is a relatively decent shout. I think he's probably another name that isn't very sexy and probably isn't going to get fans off their seat. They're not going to get him saying, like, oh, get him. Conor Gallagher. It's going to be like, oh, God. All right.
Sometimes them signings are good.
Yeah. I think he'd just be a solid squad player. I think he is a really underrated footballer as well. Like, you wouldn't be playing for Atletico Madrid if he wasn't.
All right.
Spent decent money on him and all, getting him away from Chelsea. He's had England international caps because we've had that like constant pursuit of him over the past few years. I'm confident that we will sign him sooner or later. I just think he brings something different to the midfield. I think he's like, when you look at like what squad, if you've got like Bruno, Joelinton, Tonali, you've got Louis Miley pushing them as well. Then after that, Ramsey hasn't really done now. Willock's was getting stick, like hasn't really been at his best for the past couple of years.
No.
Like we really, really need squad. I think we said at the end of the transfer window just gone that we could probably have done with another centre mid. And
proven true now, isn't it?
Proven it really is true. So I just think Gallagher is an upgrade on Willock and Ramsey. Like, he's a really quality player, underrated. He's kind of one of them that kind of goes about his business quite quietly, but does it well.
He was class for Palace. Remember he spelled Palace?
I think that's when we were first linked with him. Like when he had his loan spell at Palace, he was unreal. I think that's when we were first linked with him that summer. But Chelsea decided to keep a hold of him. I think everyone thought that he might have gone on, but I don't know. Was it Frank at the time? I can't remember who their manager was. They've had about 49 of them. But yeah, like I think like that was when we were first linked with him, and I was thinking, yeah, it's like absolutely class. I mean, he was really young at the time as well. But he'd be a class signing him. I would love him. Yeah, he's a top back. Like, to be fair, like he'd really like help the depth of centre mid. Like, he's probably not going to start week in week out, but he's a better rotational option than what we've got.
No, I like it. I would definitely have him. Right then, let's have a word on Newcastle United travelling to Man United on Boxing Day to go and see the waterfall of Old Trafford. Old Trafford awaits. We are the only fixture on Boxing Day.
That's
a late one. And what a shame that is. It's a proper
tradition.
Festive tradition, man. Boxing Day. Loads of goals, loads of games.
Chris Wood hat-trick.
It's a disgrace. To be fair, Alanga was unbelievable that day. That's why I was saying him. I think Eddie Howe fell in love with him since then. But it's Boxing Day for Newcastle at Old Trafford. We did play them last December and won 2-0 there. So we're looking to record our first back-to-back away victories over the Red Devils for the first time since, you got this one? You know this one, Christmas Cracker?
1948.
Oh, you're not that far off. 1935. Oh, very long time. If Bruno,
90 years for anyone who's counting.
Yeah, if you couldn't work that one out, quick math there. Bruno Guimaraes is only one booking away from a ban. So if he got a yellow card at Old Trafford, he would miss the Burnley fixture. Speaking of Bruno's, Bruno looks like he's going to miss the game as he failed to return for the second half against Aston Villa after sustaining a hamstring injury. He's expected to miss the next couple of games. Let's be honest, that is a plus because he carries them a lot of the time. He is good as much as we take the piss out of him. Gordon's looking for his 100th league and cup start for the Mags. Murphy's looking to make his 200th Premier League appearance for Newcastle. And on the rest of Man United, we know the likes of, we don't know for sure. We need to get Eddie Howe's press conference, but you're still unlikely to probably see Trippier, Botman.
Oh, yeah.
Joe Linton was on the bench the other day, and cooled down in front of us the other day after the draw with Chelsea. Freshly blonde hair dyed. He could be back in action.
Pope's
Nick Pope could be here as well. Man United alongside Fernandes, Mainu, De Ligt, Maguire, all injured. Well, AFCON call-ups for Mbumo, Amad Diallo, and Mazraoui.
Oh, are they all gone, are they?
They're all missing.
Oh, Mbumo, that's a big one.
That's a big one. And you know he would score against us since we tried to sign him.
Who's the other one? Mazraoui?
Amad.
Oh, I like him.
To be fair, their best players are literally out. Man United's only real top talents for me these days is Amad, Mbumo, and Bruno Fernandes. Yeah. They're all missing.
Excellent.
De Ligt as well has been alright for them. So,
who can I get again?
So, with them missing, they got beat last night 2-1 against Aston Villa. At home this season in the league, they have won 4 games against Burnley, Chelsea, Sunderland, and Brighton. They drew against West Ham and Bournemouth and lost against Arsenal and Everton. Anthony Taylor's the referee in this one. We've talked about referees a lot on this show. That's his first appointment of a Newcastle United game this season. Right then. What do we think for this one, Keg? Boxing Day bash at the Trafford of Mould.
You know what it is? Like, normally, I would be all over it, to be fair. Like, over the past 2-3 years, I think we've absolutely had Man United's number.
Yeah.
Home and away.
Yeah. Like,
normally, like I say, like a backward home all day, every day. Away, grounds like Chelsea, Man City, Liverpool, Arsenal. We've got terrible, terrible records. But yeah, Old Trafford, St. James's, doesn't really matter. I fancy you. And with all the players that you mentioned being out, some of the key players, like I will really, really have to take advantage of this.
100%.
But based on our away form, my confidence shrivels a little bit, just like the winter does.
Lots of shriveling going on Boxing Day, I reckon.
Lots of shriveling during the winter.
I agree. I think it's a great opportunity for Newcastle with all of Man United's stars being out. If you want to even call them stars, to be fair. Then, to be fair, I think they were doing a bit better. Obviously, they've had a couple of draws and then obviously a defeat against Villa and stuff, but they look a bit better.
They have looked a lot better this season than they did over the last year or two.
Which they should do, one game a week. But then again, I seen them at home to Everton on TV a couple of weeks ago. They were terrible. Obviously, the blew a lead 3 times against Bournemouth last Monday night. So I think they're there for the taking, man. I think
definitely.
The crowd still isn't quite at it. Big question mark still over Ruben Amorim. The captain's out. The best player probably in Mbumo is out in terms of what he brings as an output, goals and assists. Šeško will probably look great for the first time ever and score against her.
He'll score.
He will, won't he?
Yeah, 100%.
I had Pedro on the other day because I just knew he would. He'd been shite for months. Chelsea fans were getting on his back and he scored against her. We've seen that one coming a mile off. But I think we have to show up. We have to put in a performance that the travelling Toon fans on Boxing Day that late, it's not going to be easy. I think everyone will have to probably stay over. I doubt there'll be a train back that late, or coaches, or just stay in a hotel for it. But I'm sure we'll be back to the hilt with a fantastic away end. And they really have to turn this away form around, man. We thought we had turned the corner when we're battered Everton 4-1. And then obviously less said about the derby, the better. Unacceptable and embarrassing, that one. And Manchester
Champions
United
League games after that now.
Yeah, I mean, I was there in Leverkusen, 2-1 up, blowing the lead again.
Yeah.
So that's probably the bet, isn't it? We'll probably be
Marseille,
winning 2-1, 3-1, and then we'll left it up.
Yeah.
Remember we were at Man United many years ago where we're
2-0
leading
up.
2-0 at half time. Muto, second goal for Muto in the podcast.
Get him on.
Yoshi
he doing these
Nuri,
days?
where are you these days? So, I mean, yeah.
I think we were also at one. I can't remember if it was the first goal, but Matty Longstaff scored in consecutive games against Man United.
Yes,
Obviously,
he
he's
did.
winner on his debut.
Aye.
Then he opened the scoring at Old Trafford that same season, or maybe it was the season afterwards.
Mm.
And then I can't remember what the score was that day, about 3-4-1.
I think we ended up getting Yeah, was it 3-1? No, 3-2 was the Sanchez Muto one, wasn't it? Aye, yeah.
Opened the score and got
Definitely
beat.
got beat. Aye. That's why when I went in the cup a couple of years ago, I was buzzing when we battered them and completely dominated and deserved the win. Seen Matty Longstaff the other day, actually. Shout out Matty. Seen him at the gym, had a good chat with him.
MLS season's finished, man.
MLS season's finished. He's back home for Christmas. This was before the other game, midweek game that we had. Oh, Spurs in the league. That's what it was. Spurs in the league.
Shout out Matty.
So shout out
Welcome
Matty. Yeah, he's enjoying himself back in the Toon and enjoying himself over in the MLS. And obviously they're changing their format, aren't they, to match the European
As of
League
next year, I think.
Yeah. So there we have it. Who's going to be the hero for this one? And who can win Newcastle the game on Boxing Day? When you look at that, like I said, the Man U player has been out. This is a fantastic opportunity for us. I've got a feeling that Voldemort might go on a bit of a run now.
I was going to say that. I reckon Voldemort will get another goal.
Miley. Miley's the new Matty. Another Geordie local hero, hopefully. What would the team be for you then, Keg? Chance Wisser comes in. Does Ramsey keep his place in midfield? Miley at right back? Will Pope get his return?
I think it depends on fitness, really. Like I said, we'll still get the press conference. I don't know when we'll get it. We'll get it Christmas Day.
Nah, it must be tomorrow.
Christmas Eve. I don't know. But yeah, I reckon regardless of Pope being back, I think Ramsey will keep his place, at least for now. Although Eddie Howe has done that before to Dubravka a couple of times when Pope's been on the sidelines for extended spells. As soon as he's back, bang, even Dubravka's been doing absolutely class. As soon as Pope's back, straight in the team, even before the final. I thought Dubravka would have kept his spot for the final against Liverpool, but straight out, Pope back in.
St. Nick's.
So it could be the same situation if he's back and fully fit, although I think the majority would like to see Ramsdale get an extended run in. Back four's probably got to be the same unless we rotate for Shaw. But that's about it, innit? So yeah, Miley probably right back.
There's not many options there.
Yeah, Chow. Who did even play? Oh, Shaw, isn't it?
Chow get the goal, actually.
Shaw, Chow, and Hall.
Yeah,
midfield, obviously, Tonali and Bruno, depending on Joe Litton's fitness.
I think Joey could
come back. But yeah, like neither Rams. I'm getting confused between Ramsdale and Ramsey. I've done that all season. I've done that. I need to think which Rams it is. Is it Ramsey or Ramsdale?
On first name basis. Aaron or Jacob.
Then again, I do that as well. I do get them mixed up now. How are Jacob Ramsey? You've got the shittest name in the squad. So Ramsey and Willock just haven't really impressed me for a long time.
No.
I know Joe Litton's been on pretty poor form as well. Could have been carrying a bit of an injury. But
I thought the best thing Ramsey did on the weekend was kind of shut out Chelsea. I thought he was good at defending against Malo Gusto and stuff, but again, he's just not offering enough with driving the ball forward.
So it could come down to fitness, that one then, for that midfield spot. I'd love to see Miley there. Well, obviously, we haven't got anyone else to cover right back, and since he's turned into fucking Cafu, like can't really take him off of that spot either. So I think that would be a brilliant midfield if I had Miley up there with them. But yeah, for now, just whoever's fittest.
What would be nice, which is obvious, would be to see Anthony Langa turn up against his former side. He's really at Manchester United Academy for many moons, proved his point when he got that move to Forest. Really took his chance there. And then obviously his next move so far at the Toon hasn't worked out, but they liked them there. They liked them at Man United, but they cashed in on him because obviously they had many options.
Yeah,
wouldn't it be good if he's not only got a point to prove to Newcastle fans.
He needs at least an assist.
Mate, he does. He really does. And this would be a good game for him, really. And like to get at Man United's pretty slow defense, even with the light and stuff being out.
Yeah.
There's an opportunity there for him.
Yeah.
There is an opportunity there for him.
Yeah. Luke Shaw, who's still only 30, but feels like he's about 40.
I know, and he's actually, he fancies his chances of getting the World Cup. He's actually doing Harry at the minute. He only turns up in the World Cup every 4 years. He plays Harry for 6 months, then gets injured for 6 months. But on this one, I think we do get the win. I think finally, hopefully, we'll get in a way win. Yeah, we've got one at Everton. That seems to be the only one in ages. Yeah. So hopefully we'll finish off. Obviously we've got Burnley, to be fair, to finish the year off away from home on the 30th, is it? Against Burnley, wasn't it? Did we say 29th?
30th, yeah.
30th. So Burnley there to round off the year, but Old Trafford, Boxing Day. Come on, lads. Let's turn up. Let's beat this depleted Man United side. Backless to do that. 2-0. I mean, I'm going to go with the... Actually, no, Sheshko will score 2-1. Sheshko will score and look like he's worth 70 million. Yeah. 2-1.
I agree with everything that we've just said. Like, they're there for the taking. I don't really think there's any reason not to. Like, we're unbeaten, you could say, in the last 2 games since the derby. Should have done better against Chelsea. It is just that home record that's bugging me, and we're desire to concede late on by the looks of it. So yeah, I believe like 2-1. Like me heart's telling us 2-1, but my head's telling us 1-1. And I could easily say being a late equaliser as well. We'll be 1-0 up.
Yeah,
we'll be 1-0 up and we'll concede.
We'll probably be 2-0 up in stoppage time. There'll be like 10 minutes added on at Old Trafford for no reason. We'll get someone sent off. There'll be a VAR check and they'll come back and it'll be 2-2.
Florian Lejeune.
I could see it. Let's hope not. Let's hope it's a good Boxing Day. I hope everyone has a great Christmas. Merry Christmas, everyone. Thank you for tuning in to this Christmas special. Keg showing off his lovely Christmas jumper there for the viewers that are only listening on audio as well. That one's freshly gone. Oh, before we sign out, there's been a lovely timing of a super chat from Ollie Rhythm there. Thank you very much for that.
Squeezed
late Christmas present there from Ollie. Do you fear missing out on any European football? Our best players start wanting out, and is the love for Howe worth that risk? Back to square one, says Ollie. I tell you what I did, and I kind of still do, to be fair, but you know what? It's not the deal breaker that I think it once was, because I thought once we secured Champions League football at the end of last season, on the last day, I thought Isak would stay. I thought that would be enough. I thought, we've won a cup, we've got Champions League, and then it doesn't matter. Honestly, it doesn't matter, because I think, yes,
how many people like Shesko and stuff turned we down?
Aye, there you go. Shesko and Boom all chose
no European football,
teams that win in Champions League. And I just think nowadays they'll just go for the money, to be honest with you. So it's just we've seen it with many targets this summer, and with players that wanting to leave. Obviously, the players do want to play in the Champions League, the biggest competition. But we could have the same scenario as Isak last year. I don't think it'll ever be that messy again. You'd hope not. But there's no doubt that a top team could come in for Tonali, for example, next summer, and he's not going to go, what, Man City want us? Real Madrid want us? Nah, I'm all right. I've got Champions League, yeah. If a team like that comes in, and Liverpool were Premier League champions at the time, and everyone thought they'd challenge again, I just don't think it matters that much, to be honest with you, as much as it probably should. And he's asking there, Keg, is the love for Howe worth that risk?
What, missing out on European football?
Keeping Howe for the sake of finishing out the top 5?
Like, we kind of touched upon this last week after the Sunderland defeat. I just don't think Eddie Howe's job's at risk.
It's not.
No,
the board back him.
I think the board back him, and I just don't really think it's actually going to happen. I just don't think there really is a risk for any greater good, such as European football or players wanting to stay or wanting to leave or whatever. And I don't think it is back to square one. So yeah, I disagree with that one.
All right then. Well, thanks for the super chat anyways, Ollie, and the other people that did send a couple of them in. There was one before from, it was Ollie again, who just sent the quid in there without a question. So
nice one. Thanks
very much, everyone. Hope you have a great Christmas. Have a good one. We'll see you next week for the final podcast of 2025. Enjoy yourself. Merry Christmas, everyone.